Emmy Award-winning actor Robert Guillaume tells us about his own jungle fever.
And Cindy Adams caught them when they thought no one else was looking. The most embarrassing moments of our favorite celebrities.
From Barbie dolls and tea parties to sawed-off shotguns and drive-by shootings, we'll meet girl gang members.
Can pots and pans help firm and flatter your figure? Well, we're going to show you how with Skillet Exercises.
It's all up next.
Here they are, your hosts, Linda Dano and Jerry Penacoli. Thanks, everybody. Hi. I'm Linda Dano.
I'm Jerry Penacoli. Welcome to Attitudes.
Yeah, welcome.
We have some women with us today who are going to tell us all about how they rob people, how they tried to kill people.
Is this in major cities or across America and even small towns?
We're talking about gangs, and we're not talking about boy gangs. We're talking about girls, women who are in these gangs, and not just in the urban cities. I mean, of course, it's prevalent there, but this is spreading to suburbia USA.
Well, we're going to show you something else for girls, Skillet Exercises. What can I tell you? It's in the kitchen. You no longer have to spend money on...
These the real heavy ones?
These are skillets you pick up, you use stuff around the house.
Teflon won't do because it's too light,
it's
right?
too light. It's too light, no.
All right.
But maybe I should ask Robert this. You know, from the outspoken butler in Benson to LA's Phantom of the Opera, our first guest is committed to playing non-stereotypical roles. He's continuing in this vein with his new fall series, Pacific Station. Everybody take a look.
Bob Ballard.
Richard Caparelli.
Donut?
How'd you know my old high school nickname?
No, I meant did you want one?
I never liked donuts.
Well, then why'd they call you Donut back in high school?
That's a very personal, painful, private story.
Ah?
Which I'd like to share with you. There's something about you that makes me want to open up to you. I think it's your eyes. You know, you have very, very kind eyes. Anybody ever tell you that?
Nobody with that much facial hair.
Please welcome the multi-talented Robert Guillaume.
Is this for us?
It's for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
enjoy.
this is good stuff.
This is, water. Want something else? Maybe I can find you something.
No, you wouldn't bring it out here
I
anyway.
wouldn't. No, you're on television.
That's right,
Robert.
you wouldn't dare.
Tell us about Pacific Station. Why did you choose this project?
Well, they offered to pay money.
That is not why, and you and I both know it.
Well, I guess I did it because I think I like gang comedies, and that's what they call the kind of group we have. It's a precinct in Venice. There is an actual precinct in Venice, California called Pacific Station, which is the name of our show. And it's a group of detectives. My character is a kind of by-the-books traditional guy who tries to be as good a cop as he can, but at the same time he develops a suspicious attitude about people. And I inherit like a fugitive from Haight-Ashbury who has been on psychiatric leave. I inherit him as my partner. And it's an odd coupling. And I think most of the comedy, at least they're going to center it on us at the beginning. And we'll see how this family gets along. This TV family gets along from week to week.
Week to week.
Yeah. And it's a fabulous cast. And there are 4 writers who head up the company that produces the show. And they were once on Benson. So,
suddenly I understand.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Benson.
Well,
You made enormous contributions to network television because you don't do the stereotype black entertainer or character. You're very adamant about that. You've single-handedly changed who this character was. Is that true?
well, I'd like to take some credit for that, I suppose.
Everybody, you remember this? Take a shot of this. There he is. Benson himself.
Oh, who is that?
Who is that?
No, I'd like to take some credit for that, but I was handed by Susan Harris a very, very interesting, funny, witty, sarcastic man, and that's always very interesting, and it's nice to do. So I think we kind of worked together to make him a character that people would like.
Can you play a black man and be true to yourself without having to sell out in television?
Well, I like to think you can. Yeah, I think so, but it depends on the person. You know, it depends on what your priorities are. I always thought that it was possible to make people laugh without seeming to be a fool or an idiot.
Yeah.
And that's what I set out to do because it had been part of my background. People had always been making me laugh, and they wouldn't crack a smile, but I'd be on the floor falling out laughing at the glint in their eyes. Yeah. And that's what I set out to do with Benson. Benson, for all intents and purposes, was my brother. He was the type of person, he would tease us unmercifully, and when asked by my grandmother to stop it, he would say, "What? I'm not doing anything." I don't understand. Why are they getting on my case? I didn't do anything. And as soon as she would leave the room, he'd start in again. And this guy was very interesting because he had one of the, he used to, instead of, to prevent himself from getting a whipping for something he'd been caught doing, he had this most painful cry that the minute my grandmother would either get the strap after him or raise her hand to chastise him in some, you know, half-hearted way, he would let out this moan, this, "Oh, please don't hit me, oh, yeah!"
Are we going to see that in Pacific Station?
No, I hope not.
Somewhere
I hope
in there?
not. But it would stop anybody from chastising him.
You did something that when I heard you got this part, I couldn't believe either. You did Phantom of the Opera, which is a white role, all-white cast, and here you are, the lead in it.
Mm.
How did that happen?
Well, I asked to do it. I asked for an opportunity.
Did you audition?
Yeah, I auditioned 2 or 3 times.
Did you?
Yeah, and most people didn't know that I had done Broadway.
A lot of Broadway.
Yes, and but the producers, fortunately, did know. Hal Prince knew that I had done Broadway, and so he didn't have much trepidation about me doing it. It was just a question of whether I had whether I still had a voice.
And you did.
And little did they know I'd been practicing all along. Not necessarily for Phantom, but I had always, music was my first love, and that's what
This man started out, his dream in life was to be the lead black tenor at the Metropolitan Opera.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With people in my neighborhood, you say, why are you singing that music? What is that? What are you doing? So, but that's what I always wanted to do.
Well, you have a certain jungle fever. What do you think about Spike Lee's movie?
I haven't seen it.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Do you like what's going on? Do you like what happens on TV and sitcoms and in movies?
Yeah, for the most part. I think if things have not, if there's been, I don't think there's been much progress, but at least things are done differently today. Yeah. And I like the fact that the black influence is coming into film, and I think it will last. I think it will take this time. There have been many other instances when that happened, but I think that this time it's going to take because some of these things are being seen as significant to Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Boys in the Hood, for instance, is. I mean, people
it's a great movie.
You know, I think people are really seeing that as a movie that has some significance and reality for a lot of people.
You've done really everything. You've done Broadway, you've done television, you've done films. What do you want to do? Is there anything left that you haven't done?
Oh, sure, I haven't made enough money.
Oh, stop it. You have so. Is there something, though? Something
Well, I can't think of anything. I don't have an agenda. I just go where the winds take me, and if I don't have a job, I go and try to look for one. And so that's the way it's always been. I came into this business. It's a business based on rejection. I mean, you have to be able to take a lot of rejection. But I learned not to take it personally, although there's a part of me that does take it personally.
Yes, I know. Yeah, you're doing your brother right now.
Yeah, I don't like it when they don't want me. It doesn't make any sense to me. They must be the biggest fools on earth if
Well,
they don't
see, now
want me.
make this man happy. In the fall, he's got a new series. Don't let him cry, everyone. Pacific Station.
Yeah, come and watch it, please.
It's on NBC.
NBC, 8:30 on Sunday. And it follows Jim Garner.
Oh, great. Okay, great lineup. Jerry.
Keep on that old house coat, pick up that iron, and get into shape with wacky skillet exercises. But first, an actress who locked herself out of her hotel room naked